Okay. For all my younger guys who are feeling unloved and insecure about their ability to attract somebody, worry no more. Here's why. First of all, projection. She doesn't know who you are. Only you know who you are because you live in your head 24/7. You know everything about you. But when she sees you the first time and she looks at you and she goes, if you say you're so great, but you don't look so great, you're not projecting what you have inside. I want you to know that the same girl that looks at you in disgust is also the same girl that is gonna sleep with you and do you as if saving the world depends on it. She's the same girl who says, I love you, and gets attached to you. And so, career. We all like a guy who is established. And so, if you're just beginning your career or if you haven't even begun, then chasing tail should not be your sport. Your sport right now should be to work as smart and as hard and as many hours as you can while you have all this energy and while you're young. And then once you have your foundation, you are established in your career, whatever your career is. When you're established, then chasing tail can be your favorite sport. But until then, if you want to really project something, you're gonna need to get money. And so that's why I start with career. Point number two. Point number two is money. And so with money, you get exposed. Whatever you're harboring inside is what's gonna come out. So if you're like greedy, you're just gonna be greedier. I don't judge you for it. If you love like going shopping and buying a bunch of expensive clothes, you're just gonna do more of it, and that's great. But what I want to say here is you can really get everything you want to get as you get established in your career and you start to make more and you move to a senior position. For example, getting a motorcycle is a goal of mine, and that becomes possible as I move up the ladder. With the money comes nice things, and everybody likes nice things. For some, that is experience, for example, traveling and going to exotic places, and you can bring your dates to these places with your money. And for others, it's more about the material, and there's nothing wrong with having possessions. Most of us are attracted to it, like the car, the home, and all that. And so both things are important. Starting with your career, money is going to follow, and after money will follow chasing tail for the way that you want, bro. If you want to date 3 girls at the same time, it is doable because I know people who do it. It is time consuming though, but that's for another video. Let's get into the point number 3 and wrap up this video, okay? Point number 3 is time. We began with career, money followed. With that you have more time. But what I want to say is, don't be in a rush. I have been in a rush over and over and over, and it led me to change career after career after career many times, and having multiple jobs and having no stability, and I feel great. But with the stability comes also stable income, and it can start to pile up, which is awesome. Don't be in a rush. Being in a rush equals you're gonna get disappointed, and the reason why is because when you start to work and you're very young, you set big goals, and that's great. We have to dream, but that goal you put on a timeline that is not realistic. The goal that you may be dreaming of could take 10 years or 15 years, but you're putting it on a timeline where you want to reach it in a year or 2 years, and so it really doesn't make any sense. And then when you get to realize that, oh, I'm not making it happen, you get disappointed, and you start feeling like you're losing. And so it's very important that you're not in a rush. Remember that you are a bottle of wine, and guys are not in the same timeline as girls. Girls, they reach their peak very early, but guys, you take a lot longer. We're talking usually, generally speaking, in your late 30s, doing everything right, building your career and accumulating all the money and not having any kids. Bro, it's like you reach to this point where being in your late 30s and having no kids is like something to envy, because you're in a really good spot. You really have options now. You notice that in the beginning you have very little leverage in the marketplace, but the more you start to get and the more you start to socialize and having connections, the bigger you start to get, and you get more flexible, you get more options, and that only goes up with time. So remember, you're a bottle of wine. That is what I had to say on time. With that, it wraps up this video. I really appreciate you tuning in, and you're gonna catch me in the next one, okay? Leave me a like, leave a comment, let me know what I can improve or what you want me to talk about. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.